Welcome to the second part of parasitology discussion. In the first part, we had discussed a phylum Sarcodina, Celiophora, Mastigophora, and Apicomplexa. In this part, we will be discussing about trematodes, cystodes, and nematodes. So, in trematodes, we have schistosoma, liver or GI fluke, which is also called as fasciola, and lung fluke, which is also called as Paragonimus westermanni. So, we will have image-based question on the eggs of schistosoma. Schistosoma mansoni has a lateral spine, Schistosoma hematobium has a central spine, and Japonicum does not have a spine but it has a reduced knob-like feature. This is the parasite of Fasciola hepaticum, and this is the egg of Paragonimus westermanni, which is a rarely asked question. Moving ahead to the infective forms. So, before discussing the infective forms of trematodes, we will revise the infective forms of the parasites we learned in the previous video. So, the infective form of Entamoeba histolytica is quadrinucleate cyst, and of Naegleria fowleri and Acanthamoeba is trophozoite. Of Balantidium coli is binucleate cyst. In Mastigophora, the infective form of Trypanosoma cruzi and brucei was metacyclic tripomastigoid, but of Leishmania was promastigoid. Of Cyclospora, Isospora, and Cryptosporidium, and of Toxoplasma was sporulated cyst, but of Plasmodium and Babesia was sporozoites. Now moving ahead, let us look at the infective form of trematodes. So, under trematodes of both the liver fluke and lung fluke, the infective forms are Metacercaria, but of schistosoma, the infective form is Cercaria. The mode of entry in liver fluke and lung fluke is by ingestion, but of schistosoma is by skin penetration. There is a common host in all the three trematodes, that is snail, but there is a second intermediate host in a liver fluke, that is the freshwater fish or plant, and in Paragonimus westermanni the second intermediate host is crab. So in Paragonimus westermanni you will have a typical history in your question that the patient had consumed uncooked crustacean. So the disease is caused by schistosoma. Hematobium is bladder cancer, and by schistosoma mansoni and japonicum are Katayama fever. Liver fluke causes cholangitis and cholangiocarcinoma. Cholangiocarcinoma is specifically caused by Clonorchis and Ophisthochus. GI fluke causes diarrhea. And Paragonimus westermanni affects the lung. It is also called as lung fluke. So it will cause TB-like disease, but the patient will have no fever and the patient will have eosinophilia associated with TB-like symptoms. Moving ahead to cystodes. Under cystodes, we have Diphyllobothrium latum, Taenia saginata and Taenia solium, Echinococcus granulosus, and Hymenolipis nana. So you can get image-based questions on the eggs of all these parasites. So in Diphyllobothrium latum, you have a typical operculated end in the egg. In Taenia saginata, the egg of Taenia saginata and Taenia solium should be differentiated from Hymenolipis nana, and the parasites Taenia saginata and Taenia solium can be differentiated by the presence of rostellum and hooks in Taenia solium, which are absent in Taenia saginata. Now this is the Echinococcus granulosus causes hydatid cyst. So this is the image of the cyst. So they can ask you question on the layers of the cyst. So the outermost layer is the pericyst, the next inner layer is the ectocyst, and the innermost layer is the endocyst. Let us look at the infective forms of these parasites. The infective forms of Echinococcus granulosus and Hymenolipis nana are the egg form. Of Taenia saginata and Taenia solium. Of saginata, the infective form is the Cysticercus bovis, and of solium is Cysticercus cellulose. The infective form in Diphyllobothrium latum is a larval stage, that is Plerocercoid larva. Mode of entry of all these parasites is by ingestion. So of Echinococcus granulosus and Hymenolipis nana, it is by ingestion by fecal route, that is ingestion of feces. Echinococcus granulosus is from dogs, so contact with dog feces can cause Echinococcus granulosus. Diphyllobothrium latum, Taenia saginata, and solium are caused by ingestion of uncooked meat. So uncooked fish causes Diphyllobothrium latum, uncooked beef causes Taenia saginata, and uncooked pork causes Taenia solium. Intermediate hosts in case of Diphyllobothrium latum is the first intermediate host is Cyclops, and the second intermediate host is freshwater fish. Freshwater fish was also a host in case of liver fluke. Then the intermediate host in Taenia saginata is cows, in Solium is pigs, and in Echinococcus granulosus is dogs. Host in case of Hymenelope nana can be humans, rodents, or insect. Disease caused by Diphyllobothrium latum is abdominal pain and B12 deficiency. Taenia saginata causes abdominal pain and diarrhea. Now, the disease caused in Taenia solium depends on the infective stage which was ingested. If there is ingestion of the egg stage, it causes cysticercosis, which reaches the CNS and causes neurocysticercosis. If the ingested stage is of cysticerca, then it causes intestinal teniasis. Then Echinococcus granulosus, it causes hydatid cyst, and Hymenelope nana causes abdominal pain and anorexia. Moving ahead to nematodes. So under nematodes we have Enterobius vermicularis, Trichuris trichura, Strongyloids stercoralis, Ankylostoma duodenale and Necator americanus, and Ascaris lumbricoides. Let us look at the image-based question on identification of the eggs. So you see plano-convex eggs in case of Enterobius vermicularis. Trichuris trichura eggs are barrel-shaped with plugs at the mucus plugs at both the ends. This is the parasitic form of Strongyloids stercoralis. This is the egg of Ankylostoma duodenale, which has 4 blastomeres. And these are the fertilized and unfertilized eggs of Ascaris lumbricoides. So the fertilized egg has a thick shell which is absent in case of unfertilized form. Moving ahead to the infective forms. So the infective form of Enterobius vermicularis and Trichuris trichura are the egg forms of Strongyloids stercoralis, Ankylostoma, Necator americanus, and Ascaris lumbricoides are larval stage. But in Strongyloids and Ankylostoma, the infective stages are filariform larvae, but in Ascaris, the infective form is rhabditiform larvae. The mode of entry of Enterobius, Trichuris trichura, and Ascaris is by feco-oral route, but of Strongyloids and Ankylostoma is by skin penetration. Now, there are two specific features found in trichura. One is auto-infection and reinfection, and by fomites infection. The host in all these cases are humans. Enterobius vermicularis causes enterobiosis. The patient will have typical history of increased itching near the anal area or perineum, especially at night. Trichuris trichura causes trichuriasis or rectal prolapse. The question can mention the presence of coconut cake appearance of the rectum in case of Trichuris trichura. Then Strongyloids stercoralis causes Loeffler syndrome, diarrhea and hyperinfection. Ankylostoma causes cutaneous larva migrans, microcytic anemia and abdominal pain. And Ascaris causes abdominal pain, obstruction and vitamin A deficiency. One important MCQ which can be asked on the deficiencies caused by the parasites. We see B12 deficiency in Diphyllobothrium latum. We see iron deficiency in Ankylostoma duodenale, and vitamin A deficiency is seen in Ascaris lumbricoides. Moving ahead to the remaining nematodes. So remaining nematodes, only those are mentioned which from which important MCQs are asked. So we have Wuchereria bancrofti, Bruga malai, Bruga timori, Loa loa, Onchocerca volvulus, Manzanella perstans, and Dracunculus medinensis. The infective form of all these parasites are the third larval stage. Wuchereria bancrofti is Culex quinquefasciatus, and of Bruga malai is Culex mansoni. The vector in Loa loa is mango fly, of Onchocerca volvulus is black fly, of Manzanella perstans is midges, and of Dracunculus medinensis is cyclops. You can get an important image-based question on cyclops. They can give you an image and they'll ask you to identify the parasite which has cyclops as the vector. Then the diseases caused by Wuchereria bancrofti, Bruga malai, Bruga timori are filariasis and tropical pulmonary eosinophilia. Loa loa causes loiasis. Onchocerca volvulus causes river blindness. Manzanella perstans causes scalable swelling, and Dracunculus medinensis causes dracunculosis. Now, one more important question is which organism causes cutaneous larva migrans, and which organism causes visceral larva migrans. Visceral larva migran is caused by Toxocara canis, and cutaneous larva migran is caused by Ankylostoma. You can also get image-based question about the egg identification of all these parasites and how to differentiate between the parasites of Wuchereria, Bruga malai, Bruga timuri, and Lua lua. All these are discussed in detail by another video. Link of the video will be mentioned in the description below.